Hey everybody! So today we're going to be talking about more empties, and this time around it's perfume empties. So I'll show you what I finished since the last perfume empties update and my thoughts on each of the fragrances, just really briefly. First one I finished was the Burberry Brit in the Eau de Toilette version, and I'm really glad that it's done. However, the fragrance is super pleasant. It's creamy, it's pistachio, it's a bit green, it's a bit floral. There's a vanillic base to it, so quite a pleasant scent actually, and very wearable. This is super easy. Like most Burberry perfumes are so easy to pull off simply because they're designed for an everyday wear. They're designed for a person who has one or maybe two perfumes in their entire collection. That's their collection, and just very wearable. I actually think that I will repurchase this in the future at some point, but I will definitely buy it in the Eau de Parfum version. Eau de Toilette is a little bit too fleeting for me. I do prefer something slightly more substantial, and I really enjoy the creamy pistachio aspect of it. I like nuttiness in my fragrances, so this was actually quite good and easy to wear. So in the future, yes. Right now, no, I'm not buying it at the moment. Next one on the chopping block is Britney Spears' Private Show. This is one of her newer releases. I bought into it because I kind of had probably owned every Britney Spears perfume at some point, simply because I am very reminiscent when it comes to fantasy, and fantasy is my perfume of childhood. I wore it when I was a teenager, in my early teens, and so I was just, so used to it that I still kind of get Britney's releases. They're so cheap that, it's probably 20 bucks for a perfume, so I can do it. My husband really liked it. It's slightly more grown up, this one. There's a bit more sophistication. There is a bit of coffee. The florals are a little bit stronger. The fruity notes aren't as jumpy and prominent. So yes, this is a bit more sophisticated, but it is still very much within the realm of what Britney does for her line, and I wouldn't by any means call it a sophisticated fragrance. It's just on the sophisticated side of what she makes. I was happy with it. It got a bit tiring after a while. It wasn't a fragrance that developed a lot. It didn't have a super describable personality. It was just sweet, it was pleasant, but nothing really more than that. So I look for much more in a perfume, and I did get tired of it pretty quickly. Like halfway through I was already tired of it, and then I was just working to finish it without truly enjoying its full potential. The lasting power is okay, it's just a couple of hours. It lasts more like another toilette rather than the Eau de Parfum, I have to say, but it's by no means bad quality fragrance. I think it's very good for the price, but it's not for me. I don't think I will ever buy it again. Another guy that I will never buy again, thank God it's done. I was so sick of it by the end of the rotation, is this Violet by Marc Jacobs. I'm having trouble with Marc Jacobs fragrances. I failed to find anything from the line that I would truly love. Most of the fragrances that are there I'm kind of tolerate, but a lot of them are not at all what I enjoy in a fragrance, including this one. Why I bought it, it's still a mystery to me, but I really wanted violets. I love violets. I love purple florals. It's my jam. My signature fragrances are purple florals, so I was really hopeful about this one. And when I sniffed it, I bought it after a single sniff because it was limited edition. I wanted to have it, and I sniffed it, and it seemed to me that it's this powdery sweetness that can be felt in those kinds of fragrances, and the purple florals with some gourmand undertones perhaps. But in reality, once I really got to wearing it, it was boring for me. It stayed linear. It didn't really evolve in any way, so I got tired of this bottle. And also the longevity was just a joke. I really thought that the longevity was so poor. The fragrance needed to be renewed multiple times a day, maybe two to three times a day, depending on how long your days are. My days are very long. So what a disappointment. It smelled like candied violets, but not in a good way. And just I was so happy when it was done. I actually was kind of dreading using it up, and I sort of didn't even think that I would, but then I tossed it in my purse just to finish it off, because that's what I do to fragrances that I don't absolutely love. I never reach for them when I have choices. It's only when I don't have a choice I will reach for it. So I'm happy it's gone. I would never buy it again, and moreover I wouldn't recommend it because just the quality is not there in my opinion. It doesn't last, it does not project well, it does not tell a story, it doesn't evolve at all. So I don't actually think that this is a good quality fragrance. I think for the money especially, Britney Spears is honestly a better quality fragrance. This is Marc Jacobs Violet. I was very disappointed. However, I can totally understand that some people might love it. So the last one is another Britney Spears pick. But this one's no surprise because this is a fragrance that I continue going back to. I don't even know how many bottles I used up in total. Very sweet, sort of plasticky, sugary, very fruity scent. So yes, I absolutely will repurchase this because, hello, this is Britney Spears Fantasy. This is a perfume of my childhood and I still use it. And I use it at home. I use it when I want to sort of revert back to my teenage years. It's a fun little number. I think it lasts very well actually for the price. It's decent quality. There is this plastic undertone to it that right now I cannot tolerate in any other fragrance. So if a fragrance has that, it automatically becomes cheap smelling fragrance for me. But this particular mix of ingredients just makes me happy because it's so reminiscent for me about my younger years. So this one I will always repurchase just because I have an emotional attachment to it. But if I smelt it today, I seriously doubt that I would buy it for myself. But it's still going to be a repurchase regardless. That's it for today. Hope it was fun for you to watch about my empties. Did you finish anything up recently in terms of perfumes? If so, I understand that either you really wanted to get rid of it or you loved that perfume and you used it up to the last drop and you are probably going to buy it again possibly. So let me know, was there anything that you recently finished up and why? That's it for today. See you guys later. Bye bye.